Hi everyone, it's Nisha. So today I am going to tell you about the new Chanel foundation, the number one, the Chanel. This foundation is very expensive. I think it's something like £56. They don't really say very much about this foundation apart from that it's enriched with the red camellia oil and 94% of ingredients are naturally derived. So recently Chanel launched this red camellia skincare and they've used this oil in their foundation, and they say it protects skin from environmental aggressors and creates even complexion, luminous finish with buildable coverage. That's all you get. But obviously this foundation has a lot of skincare ingredients in here, so they say that after prolonged use your skin should look much better. I chose the color BD41. It's a bit darker because I'm starting to fake tan a bit more. So let's try it. I've already worn this foundation a few times and I wore it a couple of different ways. So I will tell you later what I think about it. I'm going to shake it really well. I think they also say you should apply it with your hands or a brush. So I'm going to apply the first layer with a brush, my artist brush oval 7, and then I will maybe build it up with a sponge. Headband on. Cute. Right, so the bottle is glass. You take off the cap and it has a little pump. It is a regular, I think 1 ounce, yeah, 30 ml. So the consistency of it is runny but not very watery. I really like the color. I think the BD is more on the yellow side, the B, just beige, is more neutral. It applies really lovely. It does give you like a light medium coverage, I would say, with what I've applied. Okay, so that's the first layer. Yes, very much light medium coverage, slightly luminous finish, not overly luminous. So let me zoom you in. So this is the first layer. Obviously I've got nothing under my eyes. You know that I don't apply foundation under my eyes, I do it with concealer. So you can still see like my discolorations, freckles, and you can see it's slightly luminous. Okay, let's now try to build it up with a sponge. I think I'm going to use, you know, one of those microfiber ones, those hairy ones. I just find they don't absorb as much product, so you get a bit better coverage. Maybe I try on this side with this sponge and on the other side with a, just, this is Real Techniques one. Yeah, this definitely is giving me better coverage. Very nice finish. Let me zoom you in again so we can compare the two sides. Okay, so this is the second coat and this is just with one. So let's do this side with the other sponge. I think this foundation is slightly oxidizing. You can see when I first apply it, it looks a bit lighter, and then it goes slightly darker, but not like orange or not too much, just goes slightly darker. Okay, you apply fine with this sponge, but I still feel you get a bit more coverage with that one. This one is from Sunday Ivy, and that's Real Techniques. Okay, I'm going to apply concealer. I have a Chanel concealer, which I really like. It's one of my favorites, but it is a bit too light. This is like my winter concealer. So I am just going to apply my favorite drugstore one, the Rimmel Multitasker. And then I will go outside. It's very, very sunny today. And I will show it to you what it looks like, not set with anything. Because I think, especially if you have a dry skin, you could probably not set this foundation. I never do that. I have never done it. I don't know, I've got real phobia of not powdering or setting my foundation with something. I always feel like it's gonna slide off, and also it's very difficult to apply then powder, bronzer or blush on cream product. You're risking taking off the foundation with your powder product, or they will stick really badly, grab onto the cream. So this is in full sunshine. Outside, this foundation looks really, really glowy. I think most foundations outside in a full sun look like this, but here inside it doesn't. It looks pretty natural, although I can see after building it up makeup-y look here, you know, that sort of thick look, always around here, because I feel like I've got the most texture in this area. Let me just set under my eyes. I'm setting with Hourglass Veil powder. And the rest of my face I will set with Lilylolo Mineral Foundation in Cookie, like I always do. But I will talk to you afterwards. I'll let you know what else I've used it with. But this is what I do with most foundations. I don't use it as a foundation, because if I was using this powder foundation as a foundation, I would apply much more. This is more to just set it. Okay, let me go out now and show it to you set. So this is set now. Let me just do my brows and bronzer and I will be back. Okay, done my brows, blush and bronzer. Blush, I've used today MAC Peachy Keen, and on my lips I just have a bit of Anastasia Saint-Tropez lip gloss. So this foundation looks really pretty. Let me now tell you what I've experienced while I've worn it a few times. So the first time I used it with the Rifa cream underneath, which I love, and it seemed to work under every foundation. And I set it with the Lilylolo mineral powder. And after about 5 hours, I got shiny, a bit shiny on my forehead and my chin, which usually happens with every foundation, and it wasn't too bad. Then after about 7 hours, I powdered those two areas because they were getting a bit shiny, and the foundation started to break up a bit on my chin. But again, that happens with a lot of my foundations, so it wasn't anything unusual. Then another time, and today, I've used it on the top of the SPF. This is the La Roche-Posay Cicaplast, I don't know how to pronounce this, SPF 50. And the second time also, instead of setting it with the mineral foundation powder, I set it just with a setting powder from Laura Mercier, the translucent one. And I must say that that kept me a bit less shiny. I didn't get as shiny on my forehead and on my chin, but that's just to be expected. The mineral powder foundation is just that, it is not setting powder, but I prefer using that because it gives me a bit of more coverage and it's not very flat matte finish. But sometimes with using the mineral powder foundation, you can make your foundation look a bit more cakey because you're adding coverage. That's why, like today, you saw me doing the second layer. I would normally do just one because then I go in always with that mineral powder and that adds coverage. But I always want to show you how it builds up. That's why I always do 2 layers. I would say that it does look a bit makeup-y here and here with 2 layers. Even before I set it, I could see it a bit. You know, if you have like a bit of texture on your skin, you will see it. It is a pretty foundation. I really like it. I will use it. It's not like I hate it and I'm going to throw it away. But is it better than my Delilah Alibi foundation? No. I even prefer the Lorac Pro foundation as well. So it is very expensive. I can't vouch for the skincare in it, how it really helps your skin. I suppose you would have to wear it every day for months to know. So yes, if you love Chanel, if you like the look of it, then go for it. But I don't think for that price it is anything special. Of course, foundations are such personal choice. I can only tell you how I feel about it and show you how it looks on my skin, but we are all so different. You will probably see people that absolutely love this foundation, you will see people that hate it, and people like me that are So I do really like it, but I know I have better foundations than that, and they are not very cheap, but much cheaper than this one, at least £20 cheaper. So I probably wouldn't buy this foundation again, but I like it, so I will use it. You know, sometimes I review a foundation and I know straight away that I don't like it at all and I will never use it. But it's not very often that that happens. So I just feel like I can probably make any foundation look good with a bit of concealer, with my mineral powder foundation. But there are foundations that start looking terrible throughout the day. You know, the longer you wear them, they look awful. This one stays pretty the same, apart from getting shiny in those 2 areas and breaking up a bit on my chin. But then that happens with a lot of my foundations. So I like it. It's a lovely foundation. Obviously you've got this red camellia oil in it, so it has some skincare ingredients. But would I go, wow, that's like the best foundation I've ever found? No. Like I said, Delilah Alibi and the Lorac Pro, prefer it any day over this. Okay, my lovelies, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching and stay fabulous. Bye.